Hey guys, so as I can't be with you today, I'm just going to give you a little bit of an introduction to what you should be doing. So let's just go over our learning intentions again. So you are identifying and describing elements of descriptive language used to make an effective piece of creative writing. So at the end of this, you're going to be able to select and apply these descriptive language techniques and also story structure in order to create your own short story. Remember, you're writing a chapter for I Am David. So the next few slides just go over the ultimate task, the thing you're going to be doing at the end of this, okay? Which is writing a new chapter that could be included in I Am David. So you can read through these slides and see the various options that you could do for writing this chapter. But don't do this yet, okay? We have some tasks we need to do before you can actually start writing your chapter. So before we start writing our chapter, we need to make sure we understand story structure, and we need to make sure that we know how to use descriptive language really well. So you have already done these structure activities, okay? We did these as a class, so you can skip over stage 1. So skip over this slide, skip over this slide, skip this slide, and skip this one or review it. You might want to review this picture just to remind yourself of the structure a story should have. We didn't do this part of the structure activity. You could do this if you wanted. You just have to read the short story and identify the plot structure. So identify where the start would be, the rising action, the climax, falling action, and the resolution. You've done this activity, your 4-sentence story. Okay, now this is where we are today, stage 2. This is what you need to be working on. So this is all about description. How can you create a story with lots of descriptive language? So your first activity, activity 1, is this 5 senses activity. So you're going to get given a bunch of photos, pictures, and for each one you need to write a sentence that describes what the person in the picture or what you might see, what you might hear, feel, taste, and smell. So for example, in this one, you're going to say what you might see. Okay, so perhaps you see some glistening water. What you might hear, maybe you hear the squawk of seagulls like a crying child, okay, using a simile, using language. Okay, what you smell, what you taste, okay, that's what you have to do for each one of these pictures. So that's your first activity. So do the same thing for each of the pictures, 5 senses. What do you hear, what do you see, smell, taste, feel? And there's your 4th option. And this is the last picture you'll do that for. Okay, then you've got activity 2, show, not tell, creating a picture with language without actually saying the word. So for this one, you're going to choose 3 of those things below to describe. But to describe it, you can't say the word itself, okay? So you can't say an egg, you have to describe it using language. So this slide here has an example of what you need to do, okay? So for a torn fingernail, I might describe it by saying, it was jagged and rough, the once firm ridges and tough fibers frayed at the edges like a shoelace unraveling. Okay, so that's showing, not telling. So you should be able to get through these activities and work through them at your own pace. This is a new document, so you now need to go and delete your old creative writing task document, and you need to download the new one from Ultranet. So if you do that now, and then begin working through stage 2 and these activities.